either side has scouted the other's expansion at this point, and I think that's going to work out pretty well for TeD actually, because obviously elves can usually expand versus undead, whereas it doesn't really work the other way around. And really, the only reason it's working on this map is because Twisted Meadows is such a big map, and I think TeD's relying a bit on sort of luck as well. And TeD now actually bringing in acolytes from his main base as opposed to, I guess maybe his necropolis. Oh, he's building from both actually, just so he can get his acolytes in a bit quicker. It's a shame he didn't bring them in a bit earlier, but I guess this way he knows that SocceR's very unlikely to scout it out because he knows where SocceR is, and he isn't going to see these acolytes running across the map, which would really give it away. And this one skeleton probably will just be dispelled now for a bit of extra experience. No, SocceR doesn't scout it. A bit unfortunate. But SocceR will now manage to do some very nice creeping here, and will get level 5 on his panda, and that's just going to be so nice, even against... actually, I'm not sure what we're seeing at the moment. Actually, we're seeing Cryptlord. That's very nice. I think that could work very well if TeD starts to play defensively. The Cryptlord's a very good hero for that, especially in conjunction with towers. TeD at 52 food, which is unusual. Actually, you should really just kill one of these ghouls. And TeD actually buying a couple of sappers now, so running them in, obviously in conjunction with Aura, is very nice. He does have Vampiric Aura as well, but we'll have to see whether or not he manages to do anything with this. And so it looks like TeD will manage to take out this expansion if he manages to get those sappers in. But I'm not sure if he will be able to, because SocceR has now actually started his TP in, and it looks like TeD is just going to use his sappers on this Ancient of War, which is a bit of a surprise, but I guess it's going to make the this actual fight a bit easier, although it looks like TeD's not even going to fight here. It's a bit of a shame he couldn't use his sappers to better effect, but a very nice placement of that Ancient of War. Really sort of saved out of that Tree of Life. Very nice play there by TeD. TeD being forced to run away, but obviously, actually, does he have a TP? Yeah, he does have a TP, so he will be able to get out if he's caught in a pickle. And meanwhile, it looks like SocceR has finally scouted out this expansion, putting up an Ancient of War, obviously to do a bit of tanking. He only has 3 bears at this point, so that's maybe he feels that isn't enough, but he is now moving in. I think level 5 Panda really should be enough because he can take out those towers so quickly. And obviously 1 Frost Tower, 1 Nerubian Tower, or sorry, 1 Spirit Tower, 1 Nerubian Tower. TeD actually TPing in now. And this is what I was talking about. He was attacking SocceR's base, but I think he will just continue. He will just play defensively from now on. Although SocceR, it looks like, has been harassing TeD's main base as well, and TeD being forced to run into his base. Really, not much of an army, but these towers might save him. Enough mana on that Cryptlord for 1 more Impale if he uses it, and I think that could be very useful at this point, just to try and pick off these bears, especially in conjunction with the Destroyer here. Obviously, yeah, we can just absorb all that roar. SocceR not uprooting this Ancient of War. He probably should if he just wants to run it in, although I'm not sure if he really wants to be fighting at this point. First Abomination now out for TeD. He should probably coil it. He does have enough. He's at full mana actually, and TeD doesn't coil that Abomination. Wow, really weird choice there by him. Oh wow, Coil Nova takes out that Warden so quickly, because that's why he didn't coil that Abomination. Tremendous play by SocceR, and it looks like there's one Dryad will now go down as well. Oh no, maybe not. TeD decides not to chase it down despite having the aura, but he will manage to take down this Ancient of War. And so TeD's expansion actually doing pretty well at this point, managing to keep him in this game. And SocceR obviously has his own expansion now at this point, but actually putting down another one as well in the opposite corner of the map. And TeD's unlikely to scout that out for a little while at least. TeD actually has another acolyte here. Is he going to expand again? He hasn't actually trapped out that spot yet, so it will take him a little while. A bit surprised he's brought in this acolyte so early, but maybe he has some sort of ingenious plan to build a necropolis far away in advance or something, just so he can scout any incoming SocceR army. And level 1 so on that Cryptlord, so still pretty low level, 331 for TeD compared to, what, 5-4? Or is it even 5-5? No, 5-4. And for SocceR, and TeD actually going shopping by the looks of things. We'll have to see what he picks up. He doesn't pick up any. No, he does pick up a TP eventually. Actually, I'm not sure if he's really needs that, but considering he's going to be staying so close to his base, but maybe he's going to be doing something with it a bit later, or maybe he's going to be playing aggressively later, and he doesn't want to have to go back shopping later. And finally now creeping up the spot, and so I think TeD's going to be putting up another expansion. Yeah, putting up a necropolis there. Very nice play there by him. But meanwhile, SocceR is just in TeD's base, continuing just obviously. Level 4 Warden can just do so much harassment, even without the open base advantage. These 2 acolytes are very low, and one of them goes down. It looks like the other might actually manage to get away because of the slowing effect. And yeah, SocceR just using his Sapphire teleportation to get out of here and try and get into TeD's first expansion. And TeD now TPing in with 4 abominations, and I think SocceR just knows he can't fight this. He does try and do as much damage as he can, and that just comes in the terms of doing in terms of killing towers, and he does manage to kill both the towers, but does then have to get out of there, and so it's a bit of a shame. But SocceR not actually putting up his next. Did he? I think his acolyte might have TP'd with him, because that acolyte isn't there anymore. Meanwhile, two ancient of winds actually going out for SocceR now. And so I guess he's deciding to finally to react to this. Ooh, Belt of Giant Strength is being left there. SocceR sees it though, but I think those Ancient of Winds are being built in response to the destroyers, which obviously are doing a fair bit against the roar and all those nice effects that SocceR is going, and also obviously against the bears just in general. And the 1/1 upgrades now for SocceR, and I imagine something like 1-0, no 0-0 actually for TeD. Bit odd. TeD actually unable to rebuild his acolytes because he's at 64 to 60 food, and he's about to lose 2 more here. I imagine through a Fan of Knives and then just attacking. Yeah, Fan of Knives and attacking. And meanwhile, some very nice harassment here by SocceR. Obviously, he doesn't really want to be picking a fight at this point, so he just keeps on buying TPs and then attacking TeD, who really is much less able to split up his army in this way. And it looks like TeD's going to lose at least 1 slaughterhouse. I don't think SocceR will be able to take out anything else, but he does have a whole bunch of mana on his panda if he decides to fight. But no, it looks like he's TPing out, and a bit of a waste of a impale there, but certainly mana's not too much of an issue. An Ancient Protector now going down here as well. It looks like SocceR has now scouted out TeD's Necropolis, but no, probably is a bit perplexed by the fact there's no mine here, as am I, to be honest. But SocceR now actually staffing out here, and will take a bit of damage, but certainly not too much, and will live to fight another day. SocceR at 72 food, TeD at 68, so SocceR still at a bit of a food advantage. SocceR with a 3rd mine going up here, so SocceR will be mining off 4 mines simultaneously, and that's just so much gold, even at low upkeep. That's still sort of the equivalent of mining off 3 goals on no upkeep. So off 3 mines, sorry, on no upkeep. And TeD now coming straight in here and trying to take out this expansion, and I think we'll probably see a TP. Yeah, we are seeing a TP here from SocceR, and TeD does decide to back off a bit. I'm not sure whether or not he's actually going to pick the fight, because these Dryads will manage to pick off a couple units, and no web by the looks of things yet for TeD, so these 2 hippogriffs will have to be focused down. Obviously you want to focus them down as quickly as possible, because they are just so effective, and TeD actually now picking a pretty decent position, although a couple of his abominations are already pretty low, and you will need to be careful. Very nice devour magic there by those destroyers, managing to do a lot of damage to those bears. And actually have very low abominations now for TeD. TeD needs to be careful. Actually, web has now been researched, and so that's just so important, because it's going to mean those destroyers can really go on carefree. But 3 really low destroyers, really low abominations. One of them goes down, and actually another one goes really low. I'm amazed they haven't been taken down yet. This panda getting very low now. Panda goes down, really. Jesus Christ, that's such a nice play by SocceR there, or by TeD there, and a bit unfortunate there for SocceR, losing a whole bunch of units here. And I'm really not sure if SocceR can come back from this, considering he had such an economic advantage. Really, the whole game, he's been mining so much gold all game. I think it's a bit of a surprise here. Very, very nice play here by TeD. Very nice use of abominations as well. You could see he just sort of such an impressive line of them that there was no way that SocceR could really penetrate that army and get to sort of actually focusing anything down, which is obviously what he wants to do when he has something like a Warden. Warden really close to level 5 now as well. And what's this here? Chimera is now going out for SocceR. Obviously, so good against abominations, but you really have to get your take out those fiends first, because otherwise they just get webbed, and your opponent can just hit and run. And TeD now finally putting up an expansion here. Still no has picked up this Ring of Regeneration. SocceR doesn't have room for it, and probably won't be willing to sacrifice any of his items for it. And looks like TeD actually cancelling this expansion now, and 73 food for 72 food for TeD now, and only 49 for SocceR. SocceR now using his staff to get to this spot here and pick up an item. But it looks like actually SocceR continuing to build a Wisp despite being full gold. I guess he's a bit low on lumber, but not going for a Shredder, which is a bit interesting. And the second Chimera Roost going up now for SocceR as well. And I wonder what his upgrades are actually, because upgrades are really important on Chimeras. Still 1/1 upgrades actually. He could probably do for getting a couple more attack upgrades, especially considering he's in no upkeep at the moment, and no upgrades for TeD either. I guess he's just going for sheer number. He does have Disease Cloud as well. Disease Cloud obviously very good, very nice actually if you could get a couple meat wagons as well, because he does have enough abominations that he has a pretty nice meat shield. TeD's not, does he have a TP? Yeah, TeD does have a TP, so he isn't sort of fully committed to this attack, but Still, I think SocceR has had these Chimera scouted now, and TeD will manage to kill at least or cancel one and possibly kill the other, unless SocceR does something to react. But SocceR now coming in, and looks like TeD's actually going to be TPing in to save his expansion. Very nice fan of knives, taking all those acolytes down to very low hit points, and web being used there to take down those hippogriffs immediately, and SocceR using a TP scroll, but won't manage to catch all these hippogriffs, and so we'll lose a couple units now, and I think this could be pretty much over for SocceR. It's such a shame because he had such a nice starting game, but it certainly has been a very nice game by TeD, and I think he really deserves the win, and I think sort of TeD deserves more wins really, but he's just such a tremendous player that this sort of thing is really always well deserved. And TeD now rebuilding an acolyte here, so probably going to put up another expansion. It's a shame TeD can't scout out any more of these expansions. I was really hoping he would. So I think that's the only thing that's actually going to win him the game, is if he can actually start doing the damage to the economy, because SocceR can just constantly rebuild.